What's going on, guys? I'm back with another deck profile for year 13. We did pretty well this year, better than the recent years. I went 3-2 after Swiss. Ended up getting 7th, which does not reflect my Swiss record. 6 people this tournament went 3-2, and I happened to be the bottom of that pack because of my matchups and game record. But you know what? It was super fun, and I was really glad I got to be competitive this year. I'm going to give some quick shout-outs real quick. Shout out to Jacob Hayes for the Sky Striker sleeves. Thinking of me all the way in Indonesia. What a guy. Shout out to Trevor Wofford for lending me some cards. Shout out to the testing circle. Ian Karp, who's in the finals right now. Good luck to him. Shout out to Ian Welty, my brother. He tested with me a little bit. Shout out to Trevor, who tested with me a little bit. Nathan Hayes tested with me a little bit. So, it was just a really cool year. We had to really be competitive and all work together. I think we should get right into it. This year I played Sky Striker. I decided to come at it with the same kind of idea that I came at it with the first year I ever played in this tournament. I'm really comfortable with this deck. I really love this deck, so I just decided to do my best with it. Start off with the main monsters. Main Sky Striker monsters, 3 Ray, 1 Rose. Got the cool QCRs from Santa Clara Regional. Super standard. Sadly, if you open Rose, you can't use Zero's quick effect to tag out. And I opened Rose a lot more than I'd like to admit in this tournament. So definitely just a 1 of in the deck. But Zero does make Rose a lot better. All right, moving on to Sky Striker spells. We got 3 Engage, 3 Linkage, 3 Widow Anchor, 2 Lemnis Gate, 1 Shark Cannon, 1 Drones. I'm just gonna scatter it all around here. 1 Afterburners, 1 Area Zero, and 1 Multi-Rule. All this is pretty standard in general. Honestly, Linkage used to be more of a 2 of in the deck, but since of the new support, Linkage becomes an absolute 3 of because it gets you at your 0 for free. Lemnis Gate is an unbelievable card. The deck is super carried by this card. It's super good in grind games. The rest of this is pretty standard. Honestly, you could probably cut Widow Anchor down to 2. This card doesn't come up as much now that you have Lemnis Gate and Linkage. You're searching for those 2 a lot more than you're searching for Widow Anchor at this point, but pretty solid. I also sided out Afterburners a lot, so I don't know if that card's must needed in the deck. It's kind of just good for breaking boards sometimes or playing into some boards. But yeah, this deck was all right. Had a few tough matchups, but we did this we could. All right, for just the power spells, if you will, I played a Foolish Burial Goods package with Metal Fusion and Blackout Laughs. This came up a ton, actually. I drew into Blackout Laughs a few times, which is actually not that bad because you can send it off Linkage, and then you can use this Graveyard effect. I misplayed using Blackout Laughs against Aiden, who's also in the finals right now. But it's just kind of a complicated worded card that I misplayed using once, but honestly, it's pretty solid. At this point, I would only play one or the other, Metal Fusion or Blackout Laughs. Metal Fusion can draw you a card, but they're both just really interesting in different situations. I didn't see Metal Fusion a lot of this tournament, so I just choose one or the other. I sided this out so much. All right, moving on. We got more spells here. We got 2 Thrust, a Talents, and then this is just a standard package. It can search for some board breakers. I'm only playing a 1-ofs of some board breakers, which is why I play 2 Thrusts. So it's just 2 copies of the same board breaker in the main deck. And it can search for them. It can search for Engage. It can set Black Coat if you're going second. Thrust is an amazing card, especially the top deck if you already have some cards on board. I use Talents a lot. It's okay. I mean, it's not necessary anymore. It's really good to rip a card out of your opponent's hand if you're feeling insecure about your game state. For just some other 1-ofs in the deck, Cross the Designator, Rhoda, Called By, Dark Hole, Lightning Storm. I saw the 1-of board breakers in my hand a lot more than I'd like to. I'd rather see a lot more hand traps in my hand, but overall this is pretty solid. You can search the 1-of board breakers with Triple Tactics Thrust, and then the rest of this is just pretty solid. Cross the Designator is good because I play a few hand traps. I play 3 Fua, 3 Ash, and 3 Droll. This is really standard. I wish I saw more of my hand traps today. I only saw Fua, I think, once. I only saw Ash once. I saw Droll quite a few times, but I saw it against decks that really didn't play into it too much. So honestly, I would kind of pick one or the other at this point. If you want to go heavy on the board breakers, you should play those in the main instead of just trying to split a little bit, have your cake and eat it too. All right, moving on to the extra deck. I played 2-0. This is the best card in the whole deck. You gotta be careful to make it because it can kind of block up your board a little bit, but this is the best card. You gotta resolve 0. I played 3 Kagari, 2 Shizuku. I played a Hayate. Shout out to Santa Clara Regional getting that alternate art Hayate. But a Kana, Zeke, Azalea. These are your main Sky Striker monsters. If you want to fit in more of an access code package or something, you can probably cut a Shizuku. I only used 2 of it at the same time and probably my duel against Mitsurugi. Other than that, it's like not really, you must not like really always have 2. All right, for the end of the extra deck, just some standard like SP, Dark, access code, Typhon. Typhon came up a lot in my testing, did not come up in the tournament. Access code is kind of too big of a link monster. I either should replace a Shizuku with Celine so I can link climb up into access code, or I should, instead of access code, I was trying out new techs like Gorgon or Xylophonia, which is also a really cool card, which I used a lot. And then SP is pretty standard. All right, move on to the side deck. We got 2 Ghost Ogre. I used to main this card, and I took it out for the 2-1 of Board Breakers a couple of nights ago. I just thought it'd be a better idea, and honestly, it wasn't too bad. I just don't think Ghost Ogre plays into enough decks at this point, so I'm just gonna side it just in case I play against a deck like that uses like Blue Eyes, that uses a lot of continuous stuff. Then I go heavy on Board Breakers. This is just in case so Book of Eclipse is good because even if you go first, you can use it, same with Forbidden Droplet. So it's kind of like Board Breakers, but you can also set them if you are forced to go first. So, and going along with the going first, I play T-Barrier and 2 Imperm. Never set it in Imperm. Honestly, definitely should switch this up in the future. Play more hand traps. You can go really heavy hand traps. But overall, it was okay. Didn't do a lot for me. I drew in maybe to Book of Eclipse once. I didn't use it. I drew into my Board Breakers a couple times. I used it a few times. I drew into Ghost Ogre once. I used it, but I didn't use it at the right time against Blue Eyes. So, hand side deck was not very effective this year. Maybe I gotta workshop it a little bit, but it's a good like standard side deck if you just want to commit to either Board Breakers or hand traps. But overall, that's the deck profile. Won a few hard duels this year, but didn't quite get a top cut, so it was unfortunate, but I'm super excited for next year. I'm really glad I played this deck, and I'm really had fun dueling with the boys. Have a good one.